Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're doing an open tag response to my good friend John over at Thrifty Kniffy, and that is Super Sack Saturday. Show a Swiss Army knife on a Saturday is the only sort of requirements for this. So today we're going to be looking at one from Victorinox, and this is going to be a very special one to me and close to my heart. But we'll take a look at a box. It would come in from standard. This is an older model, so I don't actually have the box. Silver Victorinox on the front, their shield, makers of the original Swiss Army knife. Very standard sort of stuff on the box. There would be a model number on the end, but this is a blank box. Inside, some paperwork on how to maintain and keep the knife sharp, keep the joints working, bits and pieces like that. But here it is. And this was actually a gift from my good friend Mikey Newman. Now, he's got a channel himself now called Baldy's Blades. I'll put a link to it in the description below, but please go and check him out. He's got a couple of shorts up, but he's got long form videos coming very, very soon. So please go see what he's got, what content he's got. He's a really great guy. And he sent me a message on WhatsApp. We were just talking back and forth about knives, and he sent this to me. It's a picture and said, "I found this for sale. What do you think it's worth?" And I went berserk at it, saying, buy it now, buy it now, buy it now, because I've been looking for a 1991 Victorinox for a really long time. Now, those of you who don't know, 91 is my birth year, and as soon as I said that, he bought it and then said, "I'll just send it to you." Now, I did offer to pay it for him, but he said, no, it's a gift. So, Mikey, once again, thank you very much. Really appreciate this. I've been looking for one of these for a very long time. Now, this is the Victorinox Soldier, and you'll notice right away we've got the old style cross here, and you'll see the KL91. Now, the KL stands for Royal Army in Dutch. Now, I'm not going to say the word because I will absolutely butcher it, but you have KL and KM. So KM would be Royal Marines and KL is Royal Army. So we've got a Dutch army knife made by Victorinox for the Dutch army. So we've got Royal Army 1991. So the difference of this being, so the ones for the Swiss would have the date on the reverse of the tang, and for the Dutch army then they had this nameplate put on the front scale rather than the reverse, and they had KL or KM and then the year of manufacture. So you can see we have 91 on there. We have it looks like a stainless pin through the middle, a nickel silver pin on either end. We do have, looks like a nickel silver sort of keyring loop. I did have to add my own keyring on there because the old one had unfortunately gone, but not a problem. Gave this a really nice clean up, and it is a used knife, and you'll see how much it's been used and loved by the previous owner. But I'm just staggered to finally get one of these in my birth year. I've been looking for a 91 for so long. I would always find like a 92 or a 90, just never this sort of one. But we'll take a look at the tool set. So it's called the Soldier. It's pretty much just a vintage version of the Pioneer, which you would see nowadays, just with the new style cross. Opening layer, then we have the tin opener with the small flathead screwdriver on the top there. And you'll notice the grind lines on the older style rather than the tumbled finish. Nice nail nick in there. Nice chunky blade stock as well compared to the older styles. This is a little bit thicker. Still a really nice edge on there. It doesn't look like it's been used a whole lot, the tin opener. You can see it is a bit flat on the corner there, so it's definitely been used. You can use this as one of the larger Phillips if you wish. You can just about fit that in there. No half stop on this tool then. Cam tang and a really nice snap on the close. Left hand side then we have the wire bender, the cap lifter and the larger flathead screwdriver, and this tool you can really see those grind lines on, sort of the old style there. Great for using as a very lightweight pry bar, or if you don't want to put too much pressure because it is only pinned together. But again, you can see the thick blade stock there. If I grab an actual Pioneer, I'll show you the difference. I'll be back now. Okay, so here is a modern Pioneer. You can see the difference in the front here. So you have the little nameplate on the back rather than the front, and you have the newer Victorinox shield. And then look at the stock difference in the tools. See how much thicker the older style is? Just gives a much sturdy tool. Obviously, you can stand a lot more of abuse and use than the newer one can. You can see it's also a bit thinner in this dimension as well, but exactly the same layout, same tools, just a modern package for everyday people like you and me, whereas this was issued to the Royal Army. Half stop, really nice action on this. definitely about a 7 on the pull for the cap lifter. About a 6 into a 6.5 for the tin opener. On the back then we have the inline punch. Again, exactly the same as it is on the modern Pioneer. You can see it's slightly thinner on the newer one, but only by a hair. So you've got that nice lip here, which will sit inside the scale so you can open it. And then a really nice point on that as well. Perfect for doing sort of leather work, punching a hole in a belt. Anything really you'd need, maybe getting a larger splinter out, you could definitely use that for. And that is, of course, no half stop either. And a really affirmative sort of walk and talk on that. And listen to the lockup on this. And then last but not least, we have the main blade. And you'll see now how used this has been. So someone has used this, carried it, and loved it. And if we compare it to sort of a very lightly used, not really sharpened one, you can see the difference on how much blade has been used. But for me, that makes it even more special, as someone's used it and loved it before. It's had a previous history with someone, and I'm going to continue that on and make this a user. I've already put a nice sharp edge on it, and it's going to be in my carry for, well, for quite a while to come. You can see we have the older style tang stamp. We've got Victorinox, Switzerland stainless, and then Rostfrei underneath. And now if this was one for the Swiss Army, you would have the 91 on the back here. But as I mentioned at the start, the Dutch Army had it imprinted on the front. Really nice action on this blade, still after all these years. Nice snap. About a 6, and then gets to about a 7 here. And you can see all the use that blade has had. It's almost like a Warncliffe now, or like more like a pen blade shape. See, nail it. And now this tool does have the standard Victorinox finish of the tumbled polish. You can see the blade stock as well is also thicker than the newer style blades. You can see we've got the older one on the left and newer one on the right. Not by much for the knife, but there is still a blade stock difference there. And that's one of the characteristics I really like of the older ones. But there we go, guys. That is my sort of overview of the Victorinox Soldier, and this one was made for the Dutch Royal Army. So this is technically a DAK instead of an SAK. The model number for that is 0.8610.26. So exactly the same model number as the modern Pioneer. These just pretty much blown away by Mikey's generosity. So Mikey, once again, thank you very much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.